Join us as Asian Air Safari takes you into the heart of Austria, whose magical mountains and beautiful lakes make flying legends come alive. I am still in the idyllic city of Friedrichshafen, along the northern shores of Lake Constance. My good friend and fellow pilot Iren has been showing me around together with Nelly, who was also born here. The city played an important role in aviation history, being the birthplace of Zeppelin dirigibles and several aviation companies, including Dornier Aircraft, established by Iren's grandfather, aircraft pioneer Claude Dornier. After enjoying a tour of the Dornier Museum and its many aviation treasures, Iren and I agreed to meet up in Oberpfaffenhofen Airport, one of the oldest in Germany, built by Claude Dornier in 1936. Many sophisticated aircraft were developed and made here, and it still serves as an airport and research facility today. This is also where our next adventure awaits.
Wow, she's a beauty, huh?
Yeah, she's fantastic, huh? Isn't she?
Congratulations. She's really nice looking aircraft.
Amazing, yeah. 1944, it still flies. Yeah, they had radial engine, BMW, a Brahmo 3. Yeah.
You just converted it to turboprop.
Yes, that's right.
The Dornier 24 ATT is Iren's tribute to his grandfather. Restored and refitted with turboprop engines, Iren began flying it around the world, starting with a UNICEF mission to the Philippines.
There's a typical Dornier wingtip, as you can see. Very aerodynamically, very good. We have converted it, as you can see, with the landing gear.
Before it was not...
It was purely a seaplane.
Oh, okay.
The DO-24 was originally built as a maritime patrol and search and rescue aircraft. During the time of its production, from 1937 to 1945, the aircraft is recorded to have rescued some 12,000 people. But equipped with a landing gear, this aircraft is now an amphibian technology barrier.
Short field capability.
And you've got this observer seat right there.
And remember, there used to be the machine gun that told me.
Right.
It was nice to see the 3 throttles on the overhead panel, the wooden yoke, and the huge trim wheels, which made me feel very nostalgic of classic antique aircraft. The cabin was huge and compartmentalized, built like a submarine. Iren and I will be flying the DO-24 together with another aircraft, a Dornier Sea Star. From Germany, we will be flying to Salzkammergut, Austria, in time for the Scalaria Air Challenge. We started the engines, and as we taxied out, everyone on the ground wanted to take a photo of this piece of history. On the roll, it didn't take much runway to be airborne. We made a few turns around the area and waited for the Sea Star to fly in formation with us as we headed for Austria. After a few minutes of observation in this wide and comfortable cabin, Iren let me have a go at the controls. It was lighter than I expected. It was great to be flying an antique aircraft, fitted with modern navigational and radio equipment. We were in close formation with the Sea Star as we flew over Salzburg. Flying further into the heart of the Alps, a dreamlike setting came into view. We flew over the crystal waters of Lake Wolfgang, which was to be a runway and landing spot. As we approached St. Wolfgang, we prepared for a grand entrance. We made a low pass before making a full stop landing in the water. The Sea Star followed closely behind.
Fantastic flight, huh, Iren? I mean, just going through the mountains and all of a sudden seeing the lake.
Yes.
It's something you don't get to do anywhere, huh?
You
in the
think
world.
The airplane is built for this lake, huh?
I know, and it's a great handling airplane too, huh? Very light. I expected it to be a little bit heavier, easy to fly. It was great having the other Dornier fly alongside of us. Wow, the view is just fantastic here.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
For the next few days, this will be the playground of seaplanes and legendary flying machines. Up next, I see a few of my favorite things and try to climb every mountain as I visit Austria's Grand Baroque city, Salzburg. I am still in the beautiful lakeside town of St. Wolfgang in central Austria. The small market town is named after Saint Wolfgang, a monk who built the first church on the shores of the lake. Every summer, crowds of people flock here, not only to enjoy the water, but also to catch its annual seaplane fly-in and air show. And there can't be any better place to hold it than here.
Wow, breathtaking mountains, nice calm lake. All these float planes just park around. Please don't wake me up from this pilot's dream. Don't you want to be a float plane when you grow up? Go for the float planes. Go for a swim. Go for it. No? I know why. I can't speak German, that's why.
Back at the event site, everyone was busy preparing for the air show. Held at the Scalaria Event Resort on the banks of the scenic lake, the air show began as a small seaplane assembly commemorating the first hydroplane flight from Vienna to St. Wolfgang in 1925. I know exactly how much work goes into organizing one, but Peter, manager of Scalaria, was still more than happy to take me on a boat ride around the lake and chat about the event.
You know, it's the 10th air challenge, well, we started this 10 years ago, and now it's improving, today we start with some setups.
I can see these aerobatic planes, but you've set mooring points for all the aircraft.
Yes.
How many aircraft do you expect for this?
We make a limit with 20 aircrafts.
Okay.
And also to make it exclusively. So, but now we have a little bit more. We have 25 now.
And you located it here in Lake Wolfgang because
Yes.
it's what, central to...
It's center of Austria, and it's also the center in between Vienna, Munich, Milan, and Paris. So it's center of Europe, and you know the water. It's clean. You can drink the water.
Yes,
You
I
just take it
know.
and drink it. So that's the big advantage.
I've seen different registration from England. The others are German, of course.
He is Norwegian, Scotland, so all over the world. And in the afternoon, some are coming from Italy, from Lago di Como.
Lago de Como, of
Yeah,
course. I've been-
and the other from Switzerland, Zürichsee. So they're coming from all over the world.
That's great. Congratulations.
Aside from the float planes buzzing overhead, another great way to get around were these nice-looking electric motorboats. I got to talk to Alex, whose family builds these boats.
Alex, you're saying that the only boats allowed here are electric boats.
Yes, during July and August,
Yes.
you're restricted not by the government, not allowed to drive with petrol boats. Very
yeah.
important nowadays not to pollute the world, keep
Yes.
everything clean and how it is. With electric boats, you don't pollute the nice water and fresh water we have.
Yes.
You can water ski with this boat.
You can water ski with this?
The
It's
next boat-
fast. Doesn't seem like it's electric to me.
But for the lake, you never drive fast. It's a really small
course,
lake.
of
You drive
course.
chill, you enjoy the sun.
Yeah.
It's more to enjoy and relax.
With some time to spare before the event, I decided to hop back in the car and explore nearby areas. In this region, very near the Austrian border, lies the town of Berchtesgaden. Sharing the same dramatic views of the Alps, this German town holds a dark history as a favorite Nazi retreat. On top of Kalstein Mountain is one of the most preserved buildings from the Third Reich.
This point between Germany and Austria is called the Eagle's Nest. It was Adolf Hitler's summer hideaway. The Nazi party gave it to him for his 50th birthday.
The road leading to the Eagle's Nest is a feat of engineering itself. Blasted from solid rock with only one hairpin turn. The tunnel and elevator that leads to the nest is typical of the National Socialist era. Spared from air raids, the building has remained the same as it did in 1938, except maybe for the schnitzels being served every hour. In order to prevent the place from being turned into a shrine by Nazi sympathizers, it has been turned into a restaurant whose profit goes to charity. Today, people come here to see the magnificent views from this vantage point, reclaiming the territory from the horrors of the past. I also decided to visit the biggest city near St. Wolfgang, historic Salzburg. Known for its well-preserved old town, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Perched on top of the Festungsberg mountain, the Hohensalzburg Castle overlooks the city like a watchful protector. It is difficult not to be captivated by Salzburg's grandeur.
The wealth from the salt trade transformed Salzburg into one of the world's most magnificent Baroque cities.
The city attracted many craftsmen, artisans, and architects, making its old town a timeless piece of art. Salt was transported along its main thoroughfare, then the fast-flowing Salzach River. But one of Salzburg's proudest contributions is in the field of music.
Salzburg's favorite son, music prodigy Mozart, was born in this city.
I can't imagine walking the same streets that Mozart did as a young man. The Getreidegasse is the same street where his house is located. This popular market street has kept its elaborately decorated facades, with wrought iron signs showing a shop's contents. This was advertising back in the medieval times. Of course, Salzburg and many parts of Austria are also known for being the popular setting for the film The Sound of Music and its magnificent portrayal of the Alps. I wonder where I can have my own Sound of Music moment. High above the Wolfgang Lake is Schafberg Mountain, famous for its vantage point. To get to the top, you can take a 4-hour hike or ride a classic steam railway up the mountain. Of course, my choice was pretty obvious.
It's a steep climb and it's over 1,700 meters.
As we went higher, the views became more and more breathtaking. Finally, our train has reached its stop.
The Schafberg Railway is the steepest railway in Austria, and it has the oldest running engine in the world. And this place offers the best views of the lakeside region.
The steam train has been transporting passengers up the mountain since 1893. I can definitely see why people like to come here. The views were definitely worth the climb, or the ride in my case.
Well, the view is just out of this world, but I'm having a difficult time breathing. I'm used to sea level living in our islands, and here I am up in the mountains. I can actually sit here all day admiring the beauty of nature.
The sight of the mountains, the breeze, the vast openness and freedom it all represents makes me want to break into song and relive the movie.
Here in Austria, the hills really are alive, and I'm beginning to feel like Captain Von Trapp instead of Captain Roa.
But my train is about to leave, so the singing will have to be for another time. Up next, history comes alive on the banks of Lake Wolfgang. The Scalaria Air Challenge has officially begun. Crowds gathered around the lake to see the impressive performances. The great thing about air shows is meeting fellow pilots from all over the world. Back at the resort, I was able to chat with one of the seaplane pilots from Switzerland.
I mean, flying is a dream anyway from human being. And, you are touched immediately when you see our beautiful world from the sky, that's unbelievable. And I think from the air, our world is so beautiful.
Flying, we're lucky to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
For me, I feel that way.
Yeah.
As he got his plane ready for the show, I chose a good spot to view the spectacle. The seaplane started to move out of the water and prepare for flight.
Well, everybody decided to fly. This is the best part. Everyone will be flying formation and just having fun doing all this float plane flying. Two beavers, my Swiss friend and another fellow. I like the noise of those beavers. The radial engines make a lot of difference. There's an old 185. Now that's a real float plane. And here are the three rack planes. 206 also has that outstanding sound. With all the mountains in the backdrop is really something else.
After the seaplanes came the classics. First was a Boeing Stearman biplane with Peggy Valentin wing walking. Always a crowd pleaser. 6 L-39C Albatross jets flew in formation. They were the Baltic Bees, with their aircraft painted to look like bumblebees buzzing in unison. I've always had good memories of the thrill of flying the Albatross jets with the Breitling jet team. A Lockheed P-38 Lightning, an unusually quiet aircraft for a heavy fighter, creeps in. There was also the North American B-25 Mitchell, a twin-engine medium bomber. Then there was the T-28 Trojan, an aircraft I've enjoyed flying in the past. I've flown both the Bravo and the Charlie models, and had a chance to own and restore a D model. With its size and a single radial engine in front, this I would consider as a real man's airplane. Then came the Douglas DC-6, a piston-powered airliner. The Lockheed Breitling Super Constellation is one of the only three that still flies in the world. The four-engine airliner was once called the King of the Atlantic for being one of the first airliners to cross the ocean with no stopovers. Its beautiful silhouette with its three tail fins gliding over the lake reminds you of the golden age of piston propeller airplanes. Other spectacles included amazing helicopter stunts and skydiving acts. It was an aviation enthusiast's dream come true. To witness all these classic aircraft well restored and taking the stage, each one flying in all its glory, felt like watching a history book come alive. I joined Iren and Nelly for dinner and savored the evening's revel.
For happiness.
For happiness, yes. For
What else?
precious times,
Precious time.
friendships,
Friendship.
and for those limited, incredible moments we will never forget in our life together.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Just after we've had our desserts, music began to play outside, signaling another spectacle. Two LED L-13 Blanic gliders lit with LED lights performed to the beat of the music, leaving everyone in awe. Throughout history, man has ventured high up to gain a better perspective, a clearer overview to understand his surroundings. We've put castles on hills, vantage points on top of mountains. And in our desire to see the world from above, we've learned to fly. Since then, from just one point of view, our views became limitless. My experience in Austria has given me a higher perspective. That in life, those who choose to stay on the ground will never know the rewarding views waiting for those who choose to persevere with the uphill climb.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.